There it is. Welcome to the show, guys. It is 12:15. That is December 15th for you people that can't do numerical stuff. I can't. I cannot. I'm in a mood today. I'm in a very, 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 very Josh kind of mood today. But don't worry, because we have a special co-host. I'm not going to say guest because he is a part of this family. And if you've watched any kind of shows like Thursday nights or Friday nights or whatever their show is, no disrespect, Brian, you're going to have a good time because he knows what he's talking about, unlike myself. So with that being said, let's start the show. Let's start the nonsense. Let's go, Brian. Let's go, Justin. Let's start it now.
You're watching Cold Brews and Hot Takes, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
It's not a good sign when my peer, I see him in the background just the whole time. It's not a good sign, but hey, welcome to the show. This is Josh Kimmel. This is Cold Brews and Hot Takes. First time guest or co-host on the show. How are you feeling today, Brian?
I am feeling good. I am a little stressed out because I didn't realize my entire multiple fantasy leagues are now determined by one player, and that is Kenny Gainwell. And that is something I did not expect in August when we did our drafts. So it's a weird moment. I watched Justin Jefferson miss watched JJ McCarthy miss Justin Jefferson 9 times on prime time. And so now we gotta hope Kenny Gainwell disappears
9 times. So I am not dealing with your sass today, Justin. All right, listen. I got a lot of things to do, and setting my Scott Fishbowl lineup in the playoffs is not one of them. To be fair, I had no idea I was in the quarterfinals, and I'm literally gonna miss the semifinals, apparently, allegedly. So it is what it is. I need Jaylen Warren to score like 1,000 points in that league for me to Brian.
This is perfect. We couldn't be more in sync then.
Out of
this is now a Jaylen Warren podcast.
Jaylen Warren controls my destiny, whether I win or lose multiple leagues. I need Jaylen Warren to score under 24.5 points in my home league to advance. I need Jaylen Warren to score like 1 billion points in Scott Fishbowl to advance. And in another league, I need Jaylen Warren to score 14 points to advance. Like, he is my Kenny Gainwell for you, if that makes sense.
Don't tell me this. Don't come. Josh just came on the show saying I'm in a mood, and then you're gonna tell us that Jaylen Warren might not even play.
To be honest, my home league is more important than Scott Fishbowl. Don't tell Scott and the guys. I kind of like my invites every year, but I'd prefer to win that. So if Jaylen Warren's not going to play tonight, I'm all about that life. Anyway, if we keep this up, Brian, we're going to go way, way long. So let's get right into the thick of things. For the new viewers out there, if you want to follow us, it's Fantasy Now Plus everywhere, every social media platform. You can follow us at fantasynowplus.com, where all the smart people from our site post articles and rankings such as. I can't wait to see my ranking because I feel like I'm going to put up another top 3 performance this week. I nailed this week. Justin Jefferson, I had him at 50-something. I feel good about it. I felt good about it. I don't know where he landed, but I'm pretty sure it's near there. Anyway, join our Discord, chat.fantasynowplus.com. Now let's get on with the goodness. Who, in your eyes, because I have a list of obviously the top players, who was the most, I guess, surprising to you this weekend in the NFL? Like, as far as a positive outlook, who's the best player?
So Trevor Lawrence by far was my big surprise, because when you think someone's going to do well, right? The Jets are unfortunately a horrible, horrible team. I thought it would be a 2 touchdowns, and then the rest of the game is going to be let's roll ETN, let's roll Tootin, let's get Quinn Allen involved. Why not, right? We're up by 1 million points. I did not expect the pure ascension into fantasy football, maybe potentially history of a 45 point performance on the waiver wire, probably across the league. I'd be very. I want to know how many people actually played Trevor Lawrence, but this past week totally surprised me. And then there was one other player which is now escaping me. Oh, well, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just went nuclear. That's why you drafted him. So it's a little less surprising, but it's still surprising anyway, given the fact that nothing else happened. It was 150 yards of Amon-Ra St. Brown. So what else can you ask for when your first round pick does that?
Yeah, that's perfect for the playoffs. Like you want your first round talent to perform in the playoffs. That's why you drafted them. We had JJ McCarthy go nuts last night, saved my home league season. So the way my home league works, Brian, is number 1 seed overall gets a bye week, and then the 5 other teams battle royale. Top 3 teams advance scoring wise, and then it is what it is. Yeah. So I was one team had Kyle Pitts. That's a whole different Josh that I don't want to get into, but every single fucking team I played had Kyle Pitts. Like, I don't understand it. I can't understand it. I can't rationalize how I got Kyle Pitts everywhere, but it happened. Again, in this league, Kyle Pitts, but it's cool. It's not a matchup. So like, it doesn't matter if I lost that matchup or not, but I'm right. I was right there. And then JJ McCarthy, I went to bed. I call him a name I can't say on this channel or on social media because I'd probably be canceled if I call him JJ McP, but that's who he is to me at this point. Over him. Listen, in 2025, and I had a whole monologue written and I just skipped over it. But the whole theme of today's show, or at least for me, is I didn't expect this to happen in 2025. And what I mean by that is Justin Jefferson being totally irrelevant for your fantasy football playoffs, Jacoby Brissett doing what Mahomes couldn't do against Houston, Michael Wilson still becoming the most non-talked about league winner, unless I'm not listening to people talk about him, but he is going to be the league winner apparently. And then on top of that, John Cena taps out for the first time in 20 years. Like, all of this, I did not expect coming into my Monday morning, actually. So I feel like for the first time in a while, for the first time in forever, I don't know how this playoff's going to play out with these players because, like you said, who played Trevor Lawrence? Who had confidence to play Jacoby Brissett against Houston, right? Who had confidence to play CJ Stroud, who had a great game. It's probably best game of the season. So it's just, I don't know, man. Fantasy playoffs are weird. They're weird, Brian.
It's just the game we play, It's frustrating, it's exciting, it's disappointing, and amazing. All facets, the entire spectrum of emotion with fantasy football. You think, all right, in August, Kyler Murray, he's going to be great, right? We got Marvin Harrison second year, Trey McBride ascension, right? We got a lot of things are queuing up to be super good for you. You got Ashton Genty. He's got a brand new team. He's going to, he's got Geno Smith. These are things we can get excited about and yet fall flat on your face. We're going to fade JT, Jonathan Taylor, whatever. Who's playing quarterback for the Colts? Who knows? So, we didn't even mention Philip Rivers yet. Speaking of Colts quarterbacks, but maybe we will.
We definitely can't get into it right now. I was talking to my buddy, not fantasy related, just football related, and he's like, "This has got to be the worst week the NFL's ever had in a long, long time." They're legitimately face of the franchise, face of the shield towards ACL. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes late in the season, so obviously up in the air for next season. Probably not going to be. I'm going to say probably. I'm going to say almost guaranteed not going to be ready for week 1. Obviously, that stinks. On top of that, Michael Parsons. That news is absolutely terrible for the NFL. And Philip Rivers playing better than the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Coming back. That's not a good look for the NFL. In my opinion, it's good for Philip Rivers, but not good for your young players coming in. Like, he played pretty decent as from what I saw. Did you see more? I'm sure you saw more of Philip Rivers than I did.
When you don't play football for 5 years, and you come in against Seattle, who is the number 1 ranked defense, and you don't immediately collapse. Well, all right, one play he collapsed, but the rest of the entirety of the game, only 1 pick, which was the last play of the game. A+ masterpiece, cinema, truly. Like, that is, he did not look comfortable playing, but he did it. He played. He did look like Big Ben towards the end of his his tenure. So, did he look like a premier NFL quarterback? No, but it doesn't matter. He still slung. He slung that thing, and He could have had 2 touchdowns, but he missed one deep to Josh Downs.
Oh yeah, that was frustrating. Man, that was frustrating. But it's good to see him out there. I heard RG3 on the radio. I'm a big sports talk radio guy. Just in my car, whatever. And RG3 was on the radio. It's like, man, I'm rooting. Like, this is before the game. It's like, I'm rooting for this guy. Like, I'm only 35. I would like to get back out there. Like, it gives people confidence to go, oh, he can do this still. Like, what can I do? And it's a great story. Too bad the Colts lost in the end, but I see the AR talk. Stop. AR is medically stop. He's not it. Why does he get chances? Trey Lance didn't get chances. That's besides the point. Furthermore, from Phillip Rivers, we had some pretty awesome performances elsewhere besides the quarterback position. We had not one Lions receiver score more than 25 points. We had 2. Jameson Williams also had an outstanding game, which led to Jahmyr Gibbs not having such an outstanding game. On top of that, we had 2 Broncos receivers score over 20 points in the game, not just one. Wildness within that. Can you speak on that? Can we trust Jameson or Troy Franklin going forward in the playoffs? Because I think Sutton and Amon-Ra are kind of safe.
Jameson Williams, yes. Troy Franklin, as long as Pat Bryant is out, then yes. I believe Pat Bryant missed, so it did open the door back up for Troy Franklin. And that one's a little sketchy because you then now have to inherently trust Bo Nix, which is something we thought we could be more confident about in the beginning of the season. Now it's a little less so. But we've seen Troy Franklin be, rather like a really good 1B. I would even say he started taking away a lot of targets from Courtland Sutton, and then Pat Bryant kind of emerged. And now I saw a lot of Marvin Mims last week too. I don't know. I would definitely trust Jameson Williams for sure. Troy Franklin. I'm gonna say Franklin one more time. All right, Franklin. Nope. And yeah, I think he's definitely more of a week-to-week play based on the guys around him.
Justin, notate merch. Troy Franklin. We got that's his name now. It's just, to me, it's fine. I like it. I dig it. I'm really excited for that whole. I like Troy Franklin. He's a person I was trying to steal in dynasties, of course, across my leagues, but nobody was selling him, unfortunately. But the running backs, dude. The running backs. I know I already in our group chat. Now you know how they treat me behind the scenes.
It's very eye-opening.
Right? Truly. Now you know how Sean and Justin treat me behind the scenes when I'm like, hey guys, Trevion Henderson's going to be a league winner. And then I have Justin on our stream on Wednesday going, well, Ramondre's back and they really like Ramondre. I'm like, dude, like Henderson's schedule is like unbelievable. He did what he did. He went nuts. He went bonkers. Drake May also had a great game. They lost a tight game to the Buffalo Bills, which I wish they would have closed out. As a Dolphins supporter, I can't figure out who I hate more, Buffalo or New England, just as a fan base. Like, not fan base. What I mean is I'm a Dolphins supporter, right? I'm rooting for Drake May. I think you know this, Brian. I think since day one, we've been on that Drake May fandom. You're like, oh, this guy likes Drake May too. And I'm like, oh, Brian likes Drake May too. Hope we're not in dynasty leagues together because I think I was offering you. Are you the one with McBride how I offered like a million times in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, and I've continued to say no.
Yeah. So I think we align on a couple of things. So I think Drake May's one. Is Trevion Henderson one of these people that we align on? Can we trust him the rest of the way?
You don't have a choice. I'm going to be honest with you. You have to trust him. You have to play him because he is something very similar like Jahmyr Gibbs, where it just takes one play. And in the case of last week, it took 2 plays, just 2 50-yard runs to do anything, right? The rest of the game was kind of quiet, but ultimately he went over 100 yards. He had 2 massive runs for a touchdown. That is something that is regular for him at this point, right? Like we talked about on the Friday show, or maybe it might have been DFS, but we talked about Saquon Barkley last year. A lot of things that he did was a lot of like really long runs. And we weren't really sure if that was like sustainable. It just is. That's just in his player profile. So like Trevion Henderson is that type of player. He will break away and score a big touchdown. I promise you that. That or, he catches a billion passes. Like, that's less so in their game, the Patriots, but he will catch 4 or 5 passes and he will have an opportunity to take one deep every time. Even in this last game, I think it was 3rd and long in the very final minutes of the game, wheel route to Trevion Henderson. They trust him. They want him to get the ball, and I think he is someone you can roll out there despite how scary it is and be happy with those results.
Justin, you're not the only one saying this. Everyone's saying it. Josh, you're so brave. You call all the right shots. You're a top 3 ranker from week 13. Like, everyone's been saying it, not just you, not just me. So I appreciate the praise, buddy. I really do. Thanks, boss. Craig wants to know, hi, Josh. What's going on, Craig? Brian's here too. Acknowledge him. I finally get a win with Josh Allen, Kittle, Michael Wilson saved me, but WLL.
But will my running back?
Will my running back less than 10 points? Oh, your running back's less than 10 points. Yes, Judkins, Irvin, Harvey, McMillan. Terrible performances by all these. We'll get to all those because we're going to get to the bad players, because I think bad players are more fun to talk about, and we can try to see if we can fix, or if we trust him moving forward. Studkins, as I named him, is now Trashkins. I know it's not. I know it's not cool. I know, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. Trash. 4.7 fantasy points this week. Completely the bed. Wasn't what we want. I don't understand what's going on there, Brian. Is that someone that you're trusting moving forward?
I want to say yes. The problem is we don't know what shitter standards we're going to get every week. And as that offense goes, so does Judkins. Right? Like, we've seen multiple times now where they get inside the red zone, it's going to be Judkins in the Wildcat. So, he is going to get opportunities continually. Sampson was out, so even more so, Judkins had all the opportunity. I'm pretty sure they just faced like a stack box the entire game. I don't think he really had a chance to do anything. And they were down early and often, and there was never a chance to get the run game going. So I would still play Judkins. I think he's still fine. Just don't expect 20 points as much anymore. Kind of be like, all right, I think it's going to be 10-ish. Unless he catches another bomb touchdown from Shadur. Or, sorry, a bomb 58-yarder stopped the 2-yard line from Shadur.
The only, I guess, positive you could say about Judkins' performance, not just his performance, but probably where he stands on your schedule, on your roster, is at the time drafting, his ADP was super low because of was he going to play? Was he going to sign the contract? Was he going to be clear? So he might not be someone you need to rely on, but with injuries, I'm sure you have to now. But man, he's someone I'm relying on, and he almost cost me in the divisional round. And this is back-to-back weeks of just pure ungoodness. Speaking of ungoodness, the number 1 pick in most of your dynasty leagues, whether it be Superflex or not, Mr. Ashton Genty with 8.2 fantasy points. This to me is more of a situation more than a player concern. But man, I don't see how I could start this person the rest of the year with that offense, with this whole franchise. I just want to be out on the Ashton Genty situation.
It really hurts because it feels like it's the same exact problem that you just mentioned with Judkins. Like, you might just have to, depending on injuries, just like where the matchups are, who's still left in the game, right? Like, who's even on the waiver wire they can play over Genty. You're now just stuck with like this probably end of first, like early second round pick that's just trapped on this whole like this disaster of a team. I don't know. There's really nothing you can do. You just have to try to move on. And we didn't really talk about them real quick, but if you have Blake Corum, I'm probably playing him over Genty going forward, which is just wild to think about. But that's where we are today.
Yeah, I honestly don't hate that. And also, that was my follow-up question, is like, who is out there? Like, who can we find out there? But I guess that's for the Tuesday show with Charlene and Justin. Make sure you turn on the notifications for that show, because they have all, as you can read in the comments, Justin told everybody to start Trevor Lawrence. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Justin. Breece Hall, 5.7 fantasy points. Man, they're down to some guy named Ben Cook or something at the quarterback.
Brady Cook. Put some respect on Luther Bird as quarterback.
Some respect on this guy's name. I'm not going to put respect on Breece Hall's name. Man, back-to-back ungood weeks when it's kind of the same situation as Judkins and Ginty as you're the main guy in the offense, yet they can't seem to find anything to do with him. Brees Hall's another one. Like, just copy and paste from last week. Copy and paste what you said about Judkins and Ginty, or do you see something different?
No, they are unfortunately the Jets. So if you can afford it, don't play any Jets until further notice, until next season, truly. The one hope that was Adonai Mitchell and John Mechie, those are now gone with Brady Cook. Well, Adonai Mitchell did have that sweet catch and the touchdown. I understand. But don't think that's the normal. I don't think we should really be relying on that every week. Yeah, Brees Hall is gone for me.
Yeah, same, dude. Same. Just want to let Charlie know I said your name first. If you're referring to the Lawrence thing, I didn't see that Justin said that you also said that. So trust me, that's your show. You're the star, Justin. Trust me. I host the show with Justin. We are the tow trucks. They are the cargo. Justin's the cargo. I get it, Charlie. Does that make any sense to you, Brian? Probably not. I am selfish.
Keep going.
Selfish through. Judkins, Ginty, and Hall are selfish because they're on my home league team, and I just can't stand any of these players, and I still win with them somehow. Somehow I manage, like Michael Scott, with these players. Wide receivers: George Pickens, Ted McMillan, Alex Pierce.
Alec.
That's who he.
He has to earn the C.
Yeah. When he scores under double-digit fantasy points, he's Alex. Honestly, to me, okay, let's get to Pierce first. 2.6 fantasy points with Phillip Rivers. I understand, new quarterback, new situation. I understand, but he was once a person who got us into the fantasy playoffs. He's another person who I'm really worried about moving forward to these next couple weeks. I don't think he's startable either. I'll say you.
No, not with Phillip Rivers, unfortunately. It's going to take some time for them to sync up, and I don't know if Rivers got the deep ball anymore.
No, I don't think
we're on the verge of getting canceled live on show. I'm here for the first day ever. It might be the last.
He can't do nothing. He can't touch us. Ted McMillan, 4.5 fantasy points. That was surprising to me, knowing that he is the alpha there in that wide receiver room, and Bryce and him have some kind of connection. And I've enjoyed starting Ted McMillan. Is this like a one-off for you? You're not worried about Ted?
I was a little worried last week too when he had one catch. Luckily, or it may have been 2 weeks ago, in week 13 when he had one catch for 40 yards and a touchdown. That was worrying, but the Panthers are weird. They're just a weird team. And I was a little worried coming into this game because I knew that Jalen Coker's finally kind of getting into his rhythm. And as he's more of a possession type of receiver, that could be where Bryce want to lean towards. Didn't really see him completely not like completely blanking on you, but letting him down in the most important weeks. So didn't see this. I am scared because just how the Panthers operate. And if I can, I'd probably really think about only really like flexing Tedero McMillan. But obviously, rosters are different. People on your team are different. So you never really know. So I'm scared. I'm worried. It's not a complete bailout yet, but it is concerning.
Next week, not knowing their matchups, just play the blind game. Do you feel more comfortable starting Tet or Justin Jefferson?
That's it for me on the show. I will talk to you guys later. No, I'm thinking of playing Tedero McMillan over Justin Jefferson. Though, I mean, Jefferson did have 8 targets still. I don't know. I need to see it first. They just aren't on the same page, JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. So I would play Tedero over JJ.
All right, next question. Tet or Pickens?
This one I'm playing Pickens. I'm not. I'm gonna shake off the past 2 dud games from Pickens because the Cowboys have to win. They have to win out, and this team is going to continue to need George Pickens to do what he can do, which is just be a reliable target and a deep threat. I don't think things have really gone his way in a strange way. I think just like the way the game script has gone, it's been all right. We need to get to CD because he's just elite, and then randomly Ryan Flournoy is matched up against the corner 3 or some safety, so he's usually open. Yeah, I'm not worried. I think we get back. And I know the Cowboys are playing Washington and the Giants. So they are still queued up for a pretty good schedule.
They definitely are. This is not a trick question. This is going to be a transition to our next topic I want to bring up. Rashee Rice. Or Tet McMillan.
This one I'm concerned about. Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and answer this one for you because I still believe in Rashee Rice. I think he's one of the most elite receivers in the game. I don't understand his lack of production the last couple of weeks. I guess that's just the team and what they're doing. They just like to. I just don't understand it. Now we get Gardner Minshew in there, which I already had an episode about this. If you guys didn't think my week could get worse, like by facing Kyle Pitts in like 8 matchups, or facing Trevor Lawrence in like 8 matchups, or like facing James Cook in 8 matchups, I went against everyone that went off. Last week I was cleaning some house in some dynasty leagues where I'm like, I don't need Gardner Minshew. I kind of have like a set quarterback class here. I got Patrick Mahomes. I don't need Gardner to back him up anymore in the super flex. I'm heading for the playoffs. Let me grab some irrelevant tight end that I'm never going to start in my life. That was literally last week. In a league I'm in the playoffs. In a league where I have Patrick Mahomes. In a league where I was on a bye week.
This game's so
here
dumb.
We are.
Why do we play?
I don't understand it. I don't understand why the universe does this to us sometimes. But I will say this. I am actually confident in Rashee Rice. I think that Gardner Minshew is going to come out here and just play for himself, show people, play for a job. There's so much poor quarterback play out there. Let's be realistic. There's no reason why Justin Fields gets chance after chance after chance when Gardner Minshew is almost, I would say this, he's a better football player than Justin Fields at the quarterback position. I wouldn't say athletic. I would just say he's a better quarterback. I don't think that's controversial at all, but yet he's backing people up. I think there is Geno Smith, for example. Gardner's better than him. Why do they move off of him? That being said, I think he is going to show out. I think there are other people out there that think Gardner can play quarterback in this league. Not probably to the level of like a playoff quarterback, but he's better than these bums out here playing. I think Andy Reid in that offense, they're going to cook some things up to make him look good. And I hope they do. And I think this is going to bleed into Rashee Rice and the rest of the people over there in Kansas City. So I'm not too concerned about Rashee Rice. I feel much more comfortable Rashee Rice than Justin Jefferson. Right? I mean, I think we could all say that. I would start. Here's my line, though. Would you start Zay Flowers or Rashee Rice? Like, are you worried? Because Zay Flowers is pretty consistent. Like, he's always just like, Brian, he is my baseline. Like, okay, who is the safest wide receiver 2 in the league? To me, is Zay Flowers. So I'm like, is Rice above that line now, or is he kind of in that line now?
Man, I have to say he's above Rice because the quarterback play is way more promising. I don't want to say consistent because Lamar has not been great, but he is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a much better quarterback than Gardner Minshew. And even if Andy Reid can somehow, get some sort of secret sauce going to get Minshew into a playable start and a winnable, like winning quarterback, I would still kind of prefer Zay Flowers. He's getting a ton of deep shots right now, like, which is not really what was in his game previously. And he's like, touchdowns are not something he gets. And he should have gone back-to-back week with touchdowns, but based on PIs and whatever. So, I like Flowers. I think you're absolutely right, though. He is like the line, like the Flowers line. Can you do more than 10 points a week? Then you're above the line. Can you not? Then sorry. Then you're going to be below Zay Flowers. So I think that's actually a great call. And I don't know, man. We'll see about Minshew.
I'm optimistic, and I'm not an optimistic person. I don't know if you know that, but I'm not a very optimistic person. I have to speak these things into existence because Brian, I was counting my league. If you knew how much money I spent in fantasy football, which I disclosed to Sean and Justin, you'd be like, Josh, you're not going to break even. If I win my leagues, I'll break even. Let's just say that. I am speaking this into existence. Come on, Rashee. Okay. Don't let me down. You're my most rostered player besides T. Higgins.
All right, I'll give you my energy. I'll give you the positivity right there.
Yes,
Rice,
we need positivity.
This is good. 8 catches, 120 and 2.
Josh is rich. I don't know what that means, but I think I live on a golf course. Anyway, regardless of that, let's get into tonight's game where the Miami Dolphins, my team, are going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, going against my favorite quarterback probably of all time. Isn't that weird? I'm a Dolphins fan, but I prefer Rodgers and Marino. I think don't let the guys at Fins Talk Sports Network know that. Don't tell them. But
Yeah,
go
we'll
over
bleep
there
that
and
out.
check them out. Yeah, go over there, check them out. Just in league dues. Just in league dues. Stop. I don't spend $9,000 in fantasy. Minus like 8.5. Then we're there. Jerk. And most of that's from one league. I'm in a very expensive league, Brian, and I suck. It's a dynasty. Don't do it. If someone says more than, I'm not going to get into the moment, but don't do dynasty leagues for that amount of money because then you're stuck. I'm stuck with a bum ass team for like 4 years.
Oh, it's too late. I'm already there. So, and I'm actively starting Cam Ward as my quarterback. So, it's rough sledding out here.
It's rough. It's rough out there. But all right, tonight's game: Miami Dolphins, Pittsburgh Steelers. A game that I'm going to watch in full because of the Dolphins and for Aaron Rodgers purposes. I don't want to miss out on his career, just like I did half of John Cena's when I stopped watching wrestling. I think this is going to be a fun matchup, a very low scoring matchup. And I think you said this in one of our chats. We need Achane to have what do you call it? A legacy game? A legacy game?
Right. That's right.
It's going to happen tonight. It's 1000% going to happen tonight. Do you think Achane is going to have ever a season like Saquon or Jonathan Taylor or like one of the greats? Because I think he can do that. I think he's one of those guys.
He has all the talent in the world. The only concern I ever have with Devon Achane is simply his size, because he gets so much work and he is a smaller player, but he's so fast and so elite with all the between both receiving and rushing talent. He has it all. So he has the ability to do that. I just don't know if he can take like the beating that like Jonathan Taylor and Saquon can do. Now, we've seen a bunch of years of Devon Achane. He's been elite every time, but he has routinely missed some amount of games. So the answer really to me is yes, but like we just need you to stay healthy. We need you to somehow do the CMC and just like magically stay healthy while everyone around you is falling apart. That's kind of where I see Devon Achane seeing like a, I don't know, like he'll ever get like 2,000 yards rushing, but he's going to get pretty dang close one of these years.
Definitely is. There was a time I think last year where it was just bet the over on the catches, just always, and he like hit it for like 8 straight weeks. So something ridiculous. I made a lot of money there. Is Achane going to be on a pitch count tonight due to rib injury?
Not when their playoffs. Yeah, with their playoff hopes are on the line, so he will be on the field.
I sure hope not. But Jaylen Warren, is he going to play? That I don't know about. Honestly, I'm not going to jive with you guys. I just heard this news as we started the show. I didn't even hear Jaylen Warren was questionable or may not play. Again, if you missed the top of the show, I'm hoping he doesn't play. But if he does, I need 1 billion points to advance in the Scott Fish Bowl semifinals. I'm so dumb. If I would have set my lineup, I think I would, what Justin say, I would need 8 points from Warren tonight. Guys, I could have been like a Scott Fish Bowl semifinalist on top of my week 13 top 3 Fantasy Pros ranking. Like I am super overqualified, Justin. I'm going to promote out to somewhere else. So keep me, Justin. You better keep me. You better pay me.
The new contract's in the mail.
All right,
back to big bag of money.
Back to tonight's game. Other than Devon Achane, we have Achane. It's Achane. Be respectful, Josh. We have Jalen Waddle, who I'm not going to say he's playing better than he has been, but he has been playing better than he has been. It just feels like there's a cap on his production. Whereas earlier on in his career, there was no cap. It's just, is he going to get 11 catches? Is he going to get 8? Either way, he always produced. Nowadays, it's kind of like, oh, he's capped at 12 points. He's capped at, 50, 60 yards. How do you feel about Jaylen Warren with this offense?
Waddle or Warren?
Oh, sorry. Waddle.
Yeah. Good. Not great. It's tough. Waddle is their number one. He is treated like their number one. Again, we just have to rely on Tua not just turning off his brain for 3 quarters, which is tough because usually they start off fast and then they just disappear. So yeah, I feel good. I would play Waddle. I would be comfortable playing Waddle, and like if he was my team with like the game on the line, I wouldn't be scared per se. I wouldn't be like thrilled, but I'd definitely be sitting there thinking, okay, we can do this. He can get a couple catches, a touchdown, and close to 100 yards, and I think that's easily within his realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think so too. But a lot of people are popping off last week about Darren Waller. We had a lot of Waller questions on last Wednesday's show, and I famously said or infamously said on this preseason that if he catches 17 balls this year, I'll be super surprised. I think he needs 3 more catches to get that, by the way. So I'm kind of on pace. Um, are we excited for Darren Waller at all? This I didn't understand the questions and why people are bringing him up.
I don't know. Darren Waller is so weird because I thought he was going to be used truly just a nothing burger, and then he shows up first game 2 touchdowns. Every game since he has gotten several red zone targets. He is legitimately a piece of that offense. So we play him, you trot him out there, you get excited, and hopefully he does catch his last 3 catches to get you surprised. So yeah, Waller has 13. He's 4 in 4 games to meet your expectation. That's going to happen tonight. I think he's going to probably catch 4 balls tonight.
Those are big words. I'm going to definitely go on UD and play that more or less if that's available. Speaking of underdog, if you sign up today and you want to make that play on that contest, make sure you sign up using FN Plus, play 5, you get 75 automatically. It's great times over there. And of course, we have UD content, underdog content coming out. We had a video come out today at 11 o'clock. So right after this video, go check out Will. He put out a great, was it Will? I'm sorry, Tim. It was Tim. Gosh, guys, my brain is fried. I just spent my full disclosure. I watched maybe an hour of football yesterday. I spent my entire day at the Brandon Mall here in Florida with my 16-year-old and 14-year-old daughters. And most of my time was just looking at teenage boys, do something. Look at them again. That was the majority of my day yesterday. I'm just in PacSun with my, just carrying around the Lego bag I have, and I see some dude look at my daughter. I'm like,
just looking as big as you can, just what?
Do something. I really am that guy, and they'd probably knock me out, but it is what it is. I don't want to be that guy on a TikTok getting knocked out. Anyway, is there going to be a snow game tonight? Is it going to be a snow game tonight? That'd be fun.
Probably. So one thing about snow, snow doesn't really impact throwing that much, which is odd because you'd think it would. But if the teams need to, they will sling it. And I mean, you can watch the Bills-Bengals game. That game was nothing but passing and a bunch of James Cook stuff. But I think we'll see a normal amount. And I mean, it also depends on who's winning. If Pittsburgh's up, they will be running the ball a ton.
Yep, I agree with that whatsoever. And the same thing with Miami. If you look at Tua, he's only I think he's only around 2,300 passing yards this year. I could be wrong. Let me look that up real quick. 2,407. I had it right here. He doesn't throw the ball a ton. He hasn't. I can't remember the last time he threw for over 220 yards in game. I bet you guys could look it up and it was last week or something, but I highly doubt it. He's just not throwing the ball a ton. And I think that's lack of, weapons for him. How crazy is it, Brian, that just 2 years ago, it seems like Baltimore was up by 40 points and Miami came back in the second half and scored 50 points. And that was just taking Tua to Tyreek or Waddle was just instant. Now it just seems like such a chore to get them to do anything offensively. So,
I mean, I'll do one better. Remember when they scored 70 points against the Broncos?
Seems like ages ago, man.
Where'd that team go?
Ages ago. DK Metcalf, and basically that's it on the offensive side of the Pittsburgh Steelers as far as pass catchers go. DK Metcalf has been DK Metcalf this year. To me, super underwhelming. Better professional football player than fantasy football player, in my opinion. I don't see any other pass catchers out there. I know a lot of people are talking about hold on. I'm laughing because I love Darnell Washington. But Darnell Washington seems to be the sleeper start for most people, which could happen. I laughed because a long time ago, I was doing a draft show with my buddy Josh Wingate. Shout out, Josh. Love you. I'm going to text you after the show. He thought Darnell Washington was the best tight end in the class. I'm like, yeah, he could be, but he's on the Steelers. He's not going to do anything. Do you think if he was on a different team or different organization, he'd be better than what he is now?
Probably not, which is a bummer because he's a gigantic dude. And he was great at Georgia. I think I don't know how you would alter his play or alter the kind of the way he's used to make him more of a fantasy relevant type of player, because it's just, I really only see that as red zone target, and then elite blocker. That's where Darnell Washington lives. So I don't really know if he was on a different team, if anything would really change.
All right. I'm just hoping he would be something. And you know what? That's a good point. My buddy Josh is a huge Georgia mark. It's his favorite team, of course. So of course he's gonna pump up everyone that comes out of Georgia. Although he hates DeAndre Swift with a passion.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I think Swift's pretty good. We got a question here. Can Tracy be considered an RB2 with him having the full workload, or is it still sketchy?
Oh, Tyrone Tracy is the running back 1 on that team. He is a running back 2 for fantasy, because he just does things a little better than Devin Singletary, and I think he will get the first reps on pretty much any opportunity, whether it be red zone or middle of the field type of work. And I don't know, he has good passing chops. So Jackson Dart like that. We saw him have an awesome catch in the game against the Commanders last night, and I think it's just Tracy going forward.
Yep. I think it's kind of sketchy because he's on the Giants, where if you play a team like the Patriots, if you're in a bad game script, because in the game against the Patriots where they were down, he only got 1 target, 1 catch. So it is concerning about game script, but yeah, he is the lead back moving forward. And I actually like his production. I think he has 3 double-digit games in the past 4 weeks.
He's been solid. Yeah,
he's been super, super, super solid. Back to this one game. I got one more question for you, then we'll wrap it up and have a little bit of fun. So back on the Miami Dolphins side, because we have a lot of Dolphins fans watching this. This is part of the Finstock Sports Network, of course, and this is more of a question moving forward to next year. If not Tua, would you prefer a rookie new start or someone like a veteran coming in that has proven, maybe a Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, somewhere in that mold, just to fix this offense?
Give me the veteran. So I will say about this, in the early glimpse of the 2026 class, it doesn't seem very exciting in terms of rookie QB. So I would much rather pick up someone I don't think Darnold's on a 1-year contract, so maybe, but you can throw a bag at a veteran. I think as long as it's someone who knows how to actually function and run an offense to a degree of competency, this will be a great setup for them, because Waddle, Achane, I mean, not really Waller, but I like Malik Washington. So he's even kind of a relevant wide receiver for me. But there's a lot of pieces on this team that are good for an offense with someone who can be more consistent to a. So I'm not going to say Mac Jones, but maybe Mac Jones could be someone, right? Mariota, I think, would actually be a really fun player on this team too. So I would rather a veteran here for sure than trying to build up, because it's already kind of you're going to waste time. If the rookie isn't great, you're still going to waste this clock on HN and Waddle, where you really want them to be playing someone good now to get the most out of them.
And if you're hearing this, Dolphins brass, if it's Jacoby Brissett, I'm going to throw a fit like you've never seen on this channel. I promise you. I don't want it. It's a trap. Things that are not traps, our Discord. Make sure you join it if you're not. I know most of you here are, but if you know someone who's struggling in fantasy, or just, they ask you for advice, or they want to get into the cool people club, share our link, share the show. Don't be ashamed of us, right? We're great people over here. Brian, we're smart. He's smart. We introduce us, because we are so close to 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which is our main goal. So I really appreciate every single one of you. And we do want more people in the Discord to have more conversations, to eventually start leagues and then have fun over there. So invite all of your friends. It's the cool place to be. That's the motto for next year. Fantasy Now Plus, where the cool kids play fantasy. Justin, can you approve that? Can you get the licensing for that? The patent for that?
Yeah, that should be a quick turnaround, right?
Yeah,
I think it should be good.
Really quick. All right. Well, we're gonna let everyone go. You're all dismissed. Brian, where can we find you? Because I'm terrible with plugs.
Oh, it's quite all right. You can find me on Blue Sky mainly. That's at Brock's Talks FF.fantasynowplus.com. I am mainly on Blue Sky. You can definitely find me on Discord for sure. You'll find my name in our Discord. ping me, at me, do whatever. I will always be around to answer you. And you can find me Thursdays/Fridays, once we change the time, Fridays on YouTube here live at 8 p.m. for Get Tilted, where we talk about DFS. And I'll be hanging out with Tim Holstad then as well, who just made that underdog content earlier today. So
that I completely butchered, and I love Tim. I actually hosted a show with Tim a couple weeks ago, and it was great times. That is the purpose of having Brian on today. So if you guys watch the channel, which I know all of you do, and you have a certain person you want me to collab with, don't worry, I'm going to run through everybody because I love everybody. Let me know. Message me on Discord. I probably won't answer, to be honest with you. As Brian's now knowing, I don't even communicate in group chat. I am not a group chat person. I am not. I mute everything.
We're just yapping the whole time in that thing anyway. None of it's important up until we say, oh, hey, by the way, are we good for 12 or?
Yes. I would love Coach Pudge back whenever he has time. We love Pudge here. He is still part of the show. He is still part of the site. So whenever Pudge has time, he will definitely be welcome back because we all can agree Pudge is super, super awesome. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Enough yapping for me. Again, follow me on Blue Sky. I'm more active lately than I have not been, but it's just Pokemon Go stuff. So if you're into Pokemon Go stuff and you want my trainer code, I'll be your friend. They just upped the friendship. And remote trading is now new. So, Brian, open your damn gifts.
Oh my gosh, I gotta open the dang app.
Fortnite, yes, I see you. You are on Fortnite, Raphael. You're my friend. I will pass that along too if you want to play Fortnite with me, but I promise you, I'm not going to play with you because I'm playing Lego Fortnite with my son and we just play together. So if I see you on there, it's not I'm ignoring you. It's just usually my 7-year-old's with me and he doesn't want to hear our conversation. So I'll leave that at that. I'll see you guys all Wednesday. Brian, thank you so much for coming on. Justin in the back, stop being a jerk. All right. Be cool with us. Stop being a tyrant. He's a micromanager, that guy. And next week we'll be celebrating Festivus. So I want everyone to bring their grievance because Festivus is my favorite holiday of the year. You probably know that. So if you are, I'm giving everyone homework, including you, Brian. I want one grievance from everybody. This Festivus year is my favorite year.
This is an hour-long show?
Only an hour-long show. But that being said, have a good one, guys. Peace out. Justin, shut the show. That's the show.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.